Guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to draft the back portion of your princess seam bodice. If you're new to my channel, I say welcome. If you're an old subscriber, I say welcome back. Do click the subscribe button if you've not done so, and also click the notification bell so you get notified whenever Siska Stitches posts new videos. And now we can go ahead and begin. So guys, for this tutorial, I have my zipper allowance marked already, and it's from the line of fold to this line right here. So my zipper allowance is 1.5 inches. You can decide to go with 2 inches if that is what you want to work with. From this line right here is where I took my measurement. So for the shoulder part, my shoulder measurement divided by 2 is 7 inches, and that is what I have marked right there. I also marked that same 7 inches at my bust line, and then I connected it all the way up to form my armhole line. So right here is my bust line, of course. Right here is my bust point line, and then I have my under bust and my waistline. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we will not be using the under bust line. We will not be needing it. I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder slant line of 1 inch down my armhole, and then I'll mark my neck width of 4 inches. So your neck width for the back and the front needs to be exactly the same. So I'll go ahead and mark 5 inches for my neck depth. Mark that same 5 inches at my zipper allowance area at the edge right there, and then I just drew a straight line to connect the points. And then I'll get my armhole curve or my French curve and use that to connect the neck depth to the neck width to form my neckline. Also, I'll go ahead to draw my shoulder slant from my neckline to the armhole line, from my neck width to the armhole line. And like I said, your neck width needs to be the same so that the shoulder line for both front and back piece can match. So I'll go ahead and mark my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 at my bust point line. I do the same thing at my under bust and my waist, and also the bust line. The reason I did this is such that I will end up with a perfect straight line. So I join all these 4 points to get my straight line. And then I'll go ahead and mark my dart allowance at my waist of 1/2 inch on both sides, making a total of 1 inch. So right here is where I usually start my dart from the bust point line. But for this back piece, I'm going to come up by 1 inch. And then what I'll do next is to connect that point all the way to the dart allowance I took at my waist area to form my triangular dart. Once this is done, I'll go ahead and move to the remaining part of my armhole line. Remember, we took 1 inch and what we have is 7.5. So I'll just go ahead and fold my tape rule into 2 like I usually do, because calculating can waste time. So I'll just go ahead and, mark that midpoint right there. And that's what we'll be connecting to this point, to the 1 inch above the bust point line to create the armhole curve. And then I'll use my free hand to, just fine tune the lines. So what I'll do next is to mark my bust measurement divided by 4, which is 9 inches. And then I'll come back to the armhole area. The curved part, I'll extend it outwards by 1/2 inch so that by the time we cut and sew, that part is not shortened. And then I'll go ahead and connect my bust line to the extended armhole point, and that is what we have right there. So I go back to my waist, mark my waist measurement divided by 4, which is 7.25 inches, and then the dart allowance that we took is 1 inches, right? So I'll just go ahead and add that right there. So in this tutorial, we are not adding any other seam allowance. We are going to add seam allowances when cutting on fabric, and of course I go ahead and join my waist to my bust line. So now we are ready to cut our pattern. So like I explained, we would not need to add any seam allowances right here until when you need this pattern to cut out your fabric. So where you will need your seam allowances, 1/2 inch will be placed at your armhole, at your shoulder slant, at your neckline, at your waistline, and also at the point where you will need to join the princess seam parts back together. You need to add 1/2 inch to those places. But at your side seam, you can go ahead and add 1 inch. You can go ahead and add half an inch. And remember, we have already done our zipper allowance, so there is no need to add zipper allowance at that area. So I'll just go ahead and divide that into 2. And guys, this is what we have. If you want to go ahead and adjust your zipper allowance to remove zip bulge, I'm going to put that video in my description box, so you go ahead and watch it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.